Hi, welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. It's been an action-packed sports week. We've had the WPL Final. There's been a lot of action that's taken place. We have Devashish Sen, Bharat Ramraj, and Snehashish Mukherjee joining us for the show today. Bharat, I'll start off with you here first. The WPL Final is over. RCB, your home team, has won. So I want to know your thoughts and first comments on this fantastic victory.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebrations happening here as well. Right through the night, maybe if you go down the MG Road or Marathali, you'll get to see a lot of celebrations. But yeah, it was a kind of a strange match, right? 64-0, they were Delhi Capitals, and then they collapsed in a heap. Got all out for 113. That was definitely not a 113 all out pitch. It was better than that 140, 150. At least they should have scored. And then RCB had ample time. Again, Ellis Perry was there anchoring the chase right at the end. She has been the difference for them. And a great moment for RCB and their fans, loyal fans, because men's team has not given not given much to cheer about. I'm not saying nothing, not given much to cheer about over 16 years. No IPL titles, a couple of finals they reached. So the women's team has done it second attempt itself. So obviously there will be some comparisons, unfairly you might say, between the men's team and the women's team. But the men's team also can perhaps take some inspiration from this and try to clinch their first title.
So to Snehashish, Bharat mentioned loyal fans. I think they've been extremely loyal because for 16 years RCB have been wanting to win a cup. Obviously, it's not the men's team that has done it, but it's at least the same franchise. So talk about the loyalty towards the RCB franchise, Snehashish, and how amazing have these fans been to stick along for all this while.
I was in Bangalore last year. I was working there, so I went to the RCB Unbox event last year at Chennai, and I saw the atmosphere there and the way the fans were cheering like RCB. All players were there, like Kohli, Gale, AB de Villiers, all were there as they were launching the jerseys and all. So I saw the atmosphere, and I was like thinking that I am living in a different world. In their world, they have won 8 titles in 10 years. The way they were
Yeah.
cheering. RCB like have won already 8 titles in 10 years. I was thinking, but it's surprising to see that despite no trophies, the love and the passion RCB fans have for their team, and for women's team, I am very surprised to see the love they got this season, because last year we know that how bad it was as a season for RCB women. It was a very
Hmm.
bad start. They managed only to win 2 games, but this season they had a little bit shaky start, but then they got the momentum and the way they performed, especially in the knockout stages. It's been a really good season for them, and now they're the champions. So, as Bharat said, that in Bangalore, have celebrations happening in every gullies and all. So it's very natural for them, and hopefully now it is an added pressure for men's team. Or they
Yes.
will not for sure, but it is an added pressure. But I think they can take some inspiration, and now hopefully the men's team also can bring a success to the franchise in this time around.
Yes, let's hope. I'm sure Bharat must be hoping for the same as well. Talking about fans, Gagi caught up with some fans yesterday. Let's have a look at what she has to say.
मैडम इसलिए पोस्टर लेके आया मैडम बेंगलुरु से आ गया मैडम
एक्चुअली ना ये हमारी भगवान है। पूरे कर्नाटका लोग इनको इतना मिस करे कि हम बता नहीं सकते, वी कांट एक्सप्रेस। इसीलिए आज साथ में आज ये भी है कि आज फाइनल है आरसीबी का, तो हम तो आज आग लगाने वाले हैं कि एक तो इनका ओकेशन है, साथ में हमारा फाइनल है। अगर ये आरसीबी जीत गए ना भाई साहब, आज हिस्ट्री बन जाएगा। हिस्ट्री।
आप लोग दिल्ली से हैं या बाहर से आए हैं?
बेंगलुरु से आ गया।
बताइए पूरा जर्नी कैसे आए?
वहाँ से जर्नी करके आया मैडम ट्रेन से।
सिर्फ फाइनल के लिए आए आप?
यस, सिर्फ फाइनल के लिए आया।
और एकदम लास्ट मोमेंट टिकट्स कैसे मिला फिर?
टिकट जुगाड़ करके आ गए मैडम। मैडम आरसीबी के लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ मैडम, या इंडिया में हो ना दुबई में हो, आरसीबी के लिए कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ मैडम।
आईपीएल है तो आरसीबी, जितना इंडियंस के लिए फैंस है ना उतना ही आईपीएल में आरसीबी के लिए फैन है। और भी इतना लॉयल फैंस ना शायद जिंदगी में किसी और टीम को भी नहीं मिलेगा। मैं ना लिख के दूंगी, चाहे कोई भी टीम हो, सिर्फ आरसीबी है, आरसीबी रहेंगे हम लोग।
आरसीबी इट्स नॉट अ टीम, इट्स इमोशन। या
जीते या ना जीते हम हमेशा वी आर लाइक फॉरएवर आरसीबीएंस।
इस साल कप नम दे, जय
जय आरसीबी, इस साल कप नम दे।
और डीसी तो अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रही है, लेकिन आरसीबी जीतेगा कि नहीं?
जीतेगा।
पक्का जीतेगा मैडम, पक्का। इस साल कप नाम दे। जय आरसीबी, जय आरसीबी।
पिछले 2 मैच देखे होंगे ना?
अरे बिल्कुल
तो
बिल्कुल।
आज भी तो देख लो।
आरसीबी जीतेंगे मैडम, इंतजार करेंगे, जरूर करेंगे। देखते मिलते हैं आरसीबी फाइनल।
चलो एक लास्ट बार आरसीबी आरसीबी कर देते हैं। आरसीबी। अच्छा आपको
जीतेगा जीतेगा आरसीबी जीतेगा।
हाँ चलो स्टार्ट कीजिए।
जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा।
आरसीबी जीतेगा,
जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा।
आरसीबी जीतेगा,
जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा।
आरसीबी जीतेगा।
जय कर्नाटका,
जय आपको, जय आरसीबी, जय आपको।
Just fantastic. I can see that smile on Bharat's face. He is ecstatic at the moment. Bharat, but before we sum up this WPL segment, what went wrong with the Delhi Capitals team and how impressed were you with Priyanka Patil's bowling?
Yeah, as I said, 64 for 0 they were after 5-6 overs. From there, it was obviously not a 200, 180 kind of pitch. So they should have assessed from there, taken singles, doubles, got to 150 runs, and 150 runs they would have won that match. If they'd scored 84 in the last 14, 80, even at 1 run, 6 runs per over, if they'd scored, then they would have got to 150 and won that match. So
Yes.
I guess they went too far ahead of themselves, 64 for 0. Everyone tried to play shots and threw their wickets away. They pressed the panic button, and from there they basically lost because 114. RCB definitely have a better spin attack. If you look at the Delhi spin attack, it doesn't. It's not one of their key strengths. Let us say, and from there it was very difficult for them. Yeah, Shayanka Patil, she keeps it simple. She bowls stump to stump. If you miss, she hits a little bit of turn. There's a little bit of turn as well. The pitch was offering, so that really helped her as well to come into the game, and that is what she really does well. She sticks to the basics, and that is why she was rewarded.
Absolutely. And I think it's a success that the WPL season has been so successful. But now moving on to the IPL, Devashish Sen, Shreyas Iyer, you've seen him in that KKR camp. I'm sure they'll be happy to see him back in that camp, but he does have injury scares at the moment still. So what would you feel on, Shreyas Iyer's role in that KKR team at the moment, and how much do you think this injury scare can affect the team?
He has been declared fit. He has been declared fit to play in the IPL. So that's the reason he has turned up for Kolkata Knight Riders, and he was seen in action yesterday in the practice match. He scored 23 out of 21 balls. He looked good. He had a long chat with Gautam Gambhir and Chandrakant Pandit. Yes, there were times when he was seen clutching onto his back, but then obviously at the back of his mind, it will always be at the back of his mind because this injury has been going around for a long time now. So the conscious mind, he will be holding his back obviously, but he has been suggested not to forward lunge too long. Means obviously that might aggravate his back spasm again. So that is a suggestion. He recently went to a spine consultant in Mumbai, and obviously he's been suggested to be a little cautious. Obviously, when it's a high octane match, high pressure game, you just get too much into a match. So obviously, Shreyas is a very important member, being the captain of KKR. But it was good to see him turning up for the practice match, and he will be leading the team from the first match.
100%. And Devashish, when we're building up to that first match, RCB versus CSK, who are the key players you're looking out for? And are you excited to see MS Dhoni back in action after so long?
Yeah, obviously, every season, whenever there is an IPL, the focus is always on MS Dhoni, and more so for the last couple of seasons, with talks about whether it is going to be his final dance or whether he is going to hang up his boots after this season. But knowing with MS Dhoni, you cannot predict. You cannot predict. Even the closest of the journalists can never predict what MS Dhoni is up to, what MS Dhoni will decide. But it's good. Means obviously home match for Chennai Super Kings to start up and being the defending champions. But RCB has a very decent side this season. And obviously, when you talk about Chennai Super Kings, Devon Conway's injury, it's a huge blow. Means obviously the manner in which he has scored runs for Chennai Super Kings last season. So it will be a huge blow for Chennai Super Kings, no doubt. But then again, once again for RCB, the focus will again be on Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
Obviously, he will soon join the RCB camp. Obviously, there's an unbox event happening tomorrow in Bengaluru, and there will be a few players turning up. But then focus again will be on Virat. And yesterday it was heartening to see Virat doing a video call with the women
Yeah.
cricketers, the RCB women cricketers, and he looked quite excited. But then definitely, as Sneha has rightly said, that the pressure will be much on the men's team now. Now that the
Yes.
women's team has won the WPL in only its second attempt, means obviously there will be pressure on the men's team to lift the title. And 16 long seasons, and as we saw the fans, the diehard RCB fans, for them it is just an emotion. It is not just a
Yeah.
franchise. It is an emotion. So 16 years wait is a long wait. Obviously, they did make it to the final three times, but then IPL, it will be a lot more challenging.
Yes. Bharat, I think Debashish is right there when he says that the expectations and the pressure will be much more on the men's team. So why don't you tell us about the pressure that the RCB men's team might be facing, and even Virat Kohli, because there were speculations about if he doesn't perform, he might miss out in that T20 World Cup. So I want to know what your thoughts are on the same topic as well.
See, honestly, if you look at the RCB team on paper, I'm not saying it's a bad side, the men's team, but if you want to count the top two, top three teams, if you look at the balance of the sides, perhaps they're not. At least in 2024, they're not. Yeah, but T20 cricket, you don't want to rule out anyone. T20 cricket, if you get some momentum, you can go and win the trophy. Yeah, there will be pressure, but if you look at the quality of the side, the RCB side in 2024, I'm not saying side. As I said, I'm not saying it's a bad side, but it doesn't look like a top one or top two
Yeah.
sides going around. So that is one thing you have to consider. Virat Kohli, obviously, there has been a lot of speculation, but I still don't think. I'm not very sure they have that kind of the head and course of the Indian cricket have that kind of boldness to go and drop him right at the end. But so I expect him to go there. Go there for the T20 World Cup. Obviously, for him, this IPL will be very much a key point for him because he would like to score some runs here and show that he's pretty much still good enough to get into the Indian T20 side.
Yeah.
Obviously the wickets somewhere in the Caribbean, there the wickets should be little bit slower. That could be thinking behind what some of the head and course of the Indian setup are thinking, that whether they want to take Virat Kohli, but they expect him to be there playing for India in the T20 World Cup.
Yes, I think all of us would be expecting the same. Now, moving on to a different shade of red, the United team defeated Liverpool last night, and I'm sure Snehashi should be extremely happy. He's an avid football follower as well. So, Snehashi, you followed the game. Tell us about some of the key highlights you saw in the game and who impressed you the most.
It was a huge, huge win for Manchester United because it has been a difficult season for them. They are now out of the European League as well. So
FA Cup is the only cup where they can win a silver with this. And as there were some rumors out there that if United didn't win this game yesterday, it would
Yeah.
have been the last win for Eric Ten Hag as manager of the United as well. So it was a huge win for him also, and the players responded very well for the coach. And I think the game started in a good way for United. They took the lead, but unfortunately, by the end of the first half, they conceded two easy goals. So it was again Liverpool leading 2-1, but it was Anthony who scored the equalizer. So it was 2-2. But in the extra time, again Liverpool took the lead, but it was Rashford again came up 3-3. But it was Ahmad. I think as a United fan, even I was wondering why the young kid Ahmad was not getting time so much, because Eric Ten Hag knows for giving youngsters time on the pitch. But it was surprising to see Ahmad not in the field so much for United. But yesterday he showed faith on the kid and he delivered what way. And it was a stellar goal. What a run! What a pass for Garnacho, and what a finish at the 122nd minute. And it was done and dusted for United. 4-3. What a cup tie! I will remember this match for a long time for sure. And now qualified for the semi-final. City
Yes.
there, Chelsea there, two big games coming, and hopefully United will look to win this cup this time, because winning the FA Cup ensure you two things: one, a silverware for this season, and a direct place for the Europa League. So I think this cup is very important for the club, and along with this cup, they will also look to to get into the top four position in the league, because winning the league is not possible from for now, for them, from the current situation. But the most maximum they can now do is winning this FA Cup, and to get a place somehow in the top four.
Hopefully, and another fan base that is extremely loyal is the one of Man United. So I'm sure everyone all across the world will be supporting their team for the best. Now, finally, moving on to the last segment, in the world of badminton, Bharat, I'll ask you this question. Lakshya Sen has faltered in the semis. What went wrong? He seemed good, but unfortunately, he couldn't capitalize and press on. So where do you think he faltered there?
See, when Lakshya Sen plays well, looks like a world beater. He looks like a top 3 player, but at times it doesn't. He doesn't have that consistency. I know he has had fitness issues, a lot of fitness issues, but his game can be a bit volatile. See, Lakshya Sen, when he's playing well, one of his greatest strengths is how little change there is in his action, or what can you say, the badminton action, racket head. When he goes for the net dribbling, or when he goes for shots back of the court, there's very little change. So it's a very spontaneous player, someone who has great defense. But in that match against Christie, if you notice, in the third game, it kind of went defensive, and Christie hit a lot of smashes. Yeah, Lakshya Sen's smash compared to Christie perhaps is not that great, but he certainly went on defensive. Only when Christie went up to something like 2013 or 2014, he tried to pick himself up. By then it was all over, because Christie just needed 1 point. So that's the thing with Lakshya Sen. When he's playing well, he looks like a top 2, top 3 player, but he looks like a future Olympic champion. But his consistency is not there, and that's a problem. But if he gets that little bit of momentum, you never know. He's that kind of a guy who might win a medal ahead of even HS Pranay. I'm not ruling out HS Pranay, because he's a very hard-working player. But Lakshya Sen is the one who has that kind of God gifts when it comes to badminton. So if he gets that momentum, you never know. But this consistency definitely is a question mark. He might lose even in the first round somewhere in the Olympics, or he might go and just get a bronze medal, hoping for the best.
Yes, hoping for the best, and let's wish him the best as well. That sums up the morning show. Thank you all for joining. We're going to leave you with something really special, a package made by Gagi for that amazing RCB victory last night. We hope you all enjoyed, and thank you once again.
The 2024 Women's Premier League has reached its crescendo, with Royal Challengers Bangalore emerging victorious, clinching the cherished WPL Cup after a thrilling battle against last year's runners-up Delhi Capitals. It's a tale that warms the hearts of every RCB fan, as the women's team accomplished in just 2 years what their male counterparts couldn't achieve in a staggering 16 years, leaving an unforgettable mark on their devoted supporters. Despite Delhi Capitals winning the toss and opting to bat first, they found themselves overwhelmed by the mounting pressure, unable to resist the relentless assault from the determined RCB squad. But amidst the electrifying moments that unfolded throughout the tournament, it's the unwavering support of the fans that truly shines. This season witnessed an incredible turnout, a testament to the passion and dedication of the spectators who flooded the stadiums in unprecedented numbers. Unlike previous year, where matches were confined to Mumbai, this edition saw games played across 2 venues. Yet, the spirit of the fans remained undiminished, especially during RCB matches, led by cricketing icons like Elise Perry and Smriti Mandhana. With tickets priced reasonably, anticipation soared, leading to sold-out arenas well in advance, particularly for the final showdown. The fervent cheers of RCB faithfuls echoed through public transit, transforming metro stations and stadiums alike into a symphony of support. As the curtain falls on a remarkable season, the 2024 Women's Premier League will be remembered not only for the on-field heroics, but also for the infectious enthusiasm generated by the passionate fans. Congratulations to Royal Challengers Bangalore on their historic triumph, and here's to many more seasons of exhilarating cricketing action.